Hi scholars, so today we're completing Module 6, Lesson 4, so let's start with our learning intention. Thoughtful mathematicians solve 1 and 2-step problems involving graphs. So I'll give you a minute to read over our vocabulary since this is not the first time we're seeing it. You can pause now and read the vocabulary to yourself. So we have data and then 2 types of graphs that we've learned so far. So we're going to create our own bar graph today. Use the charts to draw a bar graph below. Create an appropriate scale for the graph. So here I have my chart. It shows the wing vibrations of insects per second. So honeybees, beetles, flies, and mosquitoes, these are the insects, and these are how many number of wing vibrations are made within a second. So for honeybees, 350, beetles, 200, fly, 550, and mosquitoes, 700 wing vibrations each second. So I want to use this chart to help me represent this information or this data on the bar graph. So it says create an appropriate scale, meaning the numbers I'm going to have on the side, the interval at which these numbers are going to increase, or skip counts, let's say. So for example, I wouldn't go by ones, right? If I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I would never get to 700, which is my biggest or greatest number. So I want to make sure that the numbers I use will be able to fit 200 and 700 on them because those are the least and greatest numbers on my chart. So I think if I skip count by hundreds, I might be able to. So let's try that. So 0, 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, and at the very top, 800. So I know all these numbers will fit now. I have honeybee first. So I'm going to fill it in this middle column here. Honeybee is 350. So 300 is right here, and 400 is here. So you know what? If I want 350, I'm going to do it right in the middle because half of 100 is 50. So half of this block here, right, each square is 100, will be 50. So I'm going to shade in this right here as 350 for the honeybee. Next I want to do beetle, which is 200. Change the color. Beetle for 200, that's right here. Then I have fly at 550. So 500 is this line, and 600 is up here, so I'm going to do halfway, 550. Shade that in. And then I have 700 for the mosquito. So 700 is all the way up here. Shade all this in. Okay, so I have 350 for the honeybee. And I know it's 350 because if this is 300 and this is 400, halfway would be 350, 350. 200 for the beetle, 550 again, halfway for the fly, and then mosquito, 700. So I've accurately made an appropriate scale, filled in my graph. I am ready to move on. Here it says, how many more wing vibrations per second does the mosquito make than the beetle and honeybee combined? So how many more wing vibrations does the mosquito make than the beetle and honeybee combined? So I need to look back at my chart. I know that the mosquito is 700 and I know that the beetle and honeybee are, sorry, I want to make it clear again. Beetle and honeybee are 350 and 200. So if it's the beetle and honeybee combined compared to the mosquito, I want to combine these two. And if I'm combining, I know that's adding, right? That's the operation I'm going to use. So 350 plus 200, 0 plus 0 is 0, 5 plus 0 is 5, and 3 plus 2 is 5. So the honeybee and beetle together are 550 wing vibrations. I already know that the mosquito is 700 wing vibrations. So how do I know how much more 700 is compared to 550? How can I compare these two numbers? How do I know how much more this is compared to this? I can subtract, right? I want to know how many more. I want to subtract to find the difference between the two numbers to find out how much more it is. So 0 minus 0 is 0. 0 minus 5 I cannot do, so I'm going to regroup. This becomes a 10, and my 7 becomes a 6. 10 minus 5 is 5. 6 minus 5 is 1. So 150 more wing vibrations. This next question, what is the total amount of wing vibrations for the insects? So what would I have to do in order to figure out this answer? To find out what the total amount of wing vibrations for the insects is. So we're going to pause the video now and answer this second question. Then press play when you're ready to check your work. If you haven't already, please pause now to solve and then press play to check your work. So if I want to find the total amount, I have to add up all these amounts. So I would add up the honeybee, beetle, fly, and mosquito, right? Because it says the total amount for all the insects. So I already added honeybee and beetle, right, before. So I know that honeybee and beetle are 550. I want to add fly and mosquito to that amount as well. So I'm going to add fly and mosquito separately. 0 plus 0 is 0, 0 plus 5 is 5, 7 plus 5 is 12, that's 1,250. Now I want to add this combined total with my other combined total, my fly and mosquito total plus my honeybee and beetle total to find the combined total for all 4 insects, right? Because I added these two, I added these two, now I want to add both sums together. Sum meaning the answer to an addition problem. So 0 plus 0 is 0, 5 plus 5 is 10, regroup 3, 1. 1 plus 5 is 6, 6 plus this 2 here is 8, and 1 plus nothing is 1. So 1,800 total wing vibrations for all the insects. We're going to keep working on our data reading skills. This bar graph shows the number of library books checked out in 5 days. So the title is Library Books Checked Out. I have my scale here going up by 50, 50, 100, 150, 200, and so on. And these numbers represent the number of library books checked out, and each bar represents the day of the week. So for example, for Monday, I see 250 books were checked out, right? And they even have these dotted lines to help us identify them. So if each long black line is 50, what are each of these little tally lines in between? These smaller lines. Each long mark is 50. What are the little ones in between? So they're actually tens. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, 130, 140, 150. So each small line is 10, each long line is 50. For example, for Wednesday, I have 200, and it's one little mark above the 200, so this Wednesday would actually be 210, 210. So we're going to use that to help us answer these questions. So how many books in total were checked out on Wednesday and Thursday? How many total books were checked out on Wednesday and Thursday. Well, I need to combine Wednesday and Thursday. I just said that Wednesday was 210. Thursday is, fine here, this is 300, so 310, 320. Thursday is 320. So if I add these up, 0 plus 0 is 0, 1 plus 2 is 3, and 2 plus 3 is 5. So 530 books were checked out. That's my total. Let's look at the second question. How many more books, or thinking back to our other question, how many more, I'm trying to find the difference. How many more books were checked out on Thursday and Friday than Monday and Tuesday? So I want to combine Thursday and Friday and compare it to find the difference between that amount and Monday and Tuesday. So go ahead and pause the video, solve this one, and then press play when you're ready to check your work. Again, pause now, press play when you're ready. Right, so you should have finished already. You're now watching to see if your answer is correct or to understand. So Thursday and Friday, we already know that Thursday is 320, right? Because from the first question, so 320, and Friday is 10 below 400, so it would be 390. Or I can count up from 350, 360, 370, 380, 390. Add those two up for Thursday and Friday. 710. Now Monday and Tuesday I also have to combine. So Monday is 250 exactly. Tuesday is 310. I remember that from earlier. 310. If I add these up, 560. So I want to find the difference, or how much more 710 is than 560. So I'm going to subtract to find that difference. Remember to line up your digits by place value. I have my ones, my tens, my hundreds. I can clearly see the columns, even though they're not drawn. But I can draw a line in the middle if I wanted to. Because I know line them up evenly. So I'm going to subtract. 0 minus 0 is 0. 1 minus 6 I cannot do, so the answer is not 5. So I'm going to regroup. Take 100, give it to the tens place. That gives me 11 tens. And now I have 6 hundreds. 11 minus 6 is 5. And 6 minus 5 is 1. So I can double check real quick, make sure that I'm correct by adding. So I should get 710 as my answer, if I'm correct. Yes. So the difference is 150 more books. And thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, as always, you can reach out to me on Schoology or Hangouts. Bye, guys.